They say, at 1,000 feet below, the water pressure can crush your bones before your brain even registers the pain. But no one told me that the most lethal pressure actually comes from the voices behind these steel walls. My name is Arthur. I'm not a thrill seeker or an adrenaline junkie. I am a desperate father. Right now I am stationed at Sector 7, an aging oil rig perched above the Sigsbee Deep in the Gulf of Mexico. Below me lies a darkness 3,000 meters deep, but I am held at 300 meters inside a steel capsule we call the can. I am a saturation diver. It means I have to live in this 4x4 meter tube for 30 straight days. My body is compressed with a mix of helium and oxygen to match the crushing weight of the ocean outside. If I were to leave without a week-long decompression process, the nitrogen in my blood would explode, shredding my internal organs. I'm not doing this because I'm brave. I'm doing this because my little girl's heart surgery bills reached a number I couldn't pay. For me, every suffocating breath down here is another second bought for Sarah's life. She is the only reason I haven't let the darkness take me yet. This is my third saturation dive, but Sector 7 feels different. The habitat is old, its walls covered in salt crust and hidden rust beneath peeling gray paint. The smell inside is unmistakable, a mix of hot metal, ozone from the life support systems, and the faint, briny scent of seawater seeping through the hatch seals. Safety protocols dictate there must be 2 divers in every habitat. However, Topside Command informed me over the crackling radio that my partner, Adam, had a medical incident during decompression on the main ship. They told me his replacement wouldn't arrive for another 12 hours. So tonight, I am alone in this steel cylinder. Just me and the 30 bars of pressure constantly shrieking against the hull. To keep my mind off Sarah, I started organizing the supply lockers. Under a pile of damp neoprene dive suits, I found a black leather-bound logbook. The name Miller was embossed on the cover. This was the journal of the man I was replacing. The first few pages were filled with technical data, oxygen levels, partial pressures, water temperatures. But by page 10, the handwriting changed. The letters became sharp, jagged, and pressed so hard they nearly tore the paper. One entry read, "If you talk to yourself, never stop abruptly. They are learning. They are waiting for the moment you go silent to fill the gap." I exhaled a long, shaky breath. "Crazy," I muttered under my breath. My voice sounded high-pitched and strange due to the helium gas we breathe. But as soon as the word left my lips, I froze. From the dark corner of the room, near the emergency oxygen tanks, a whisper repeated the same word. "Crazy." The voice was identical. The low tone, the way the S lingered, it was my voice. My heart hammered against my ribs so hard I could hear it in my own ears. "Hello? Who's there?" I shouted. Silence. Only the monotonous hum of the scrubber machines answered. I tried to rationalize it. Maybe it was just a sound reflection or high-pressure nervous syndrome. I took a deep breath, trying to challenge my fear. "Crazy," I yelled, louder this time. Again, silence smothered the room. No echo, no response. I let out a short laugh, mocking myself for being afraid of my own shadow. "You're just tired, Arthur. You just need sleep," I said, chuckling to break the tension. But just as my laughter stopped, the laughter in the room did not. The laughter continued from the ceiling of the cabin. It was my laugh, the rhythm, the cadence, even the raspy catch at the end. It was perfect. Something was mimicking me with terrifying precision. With trembling hands, I reached for the desk, intending to grab Miller's logbook to find the next instruction. But my hand hit cold, empty metal. The book was gone. I approached the window, my knees feeling like jelly. Behind the glass, someone was floating without a suit or mask. It was Miller. His eyes had burst from the pressure, leaving nothing but two horrifying black pits. He pressed the book against the glass, opening it to the final page, written in ink that looked like fresh blood. The words were massive, covering the entire page. "Look behind you." I froze. The air in the cabin suddenly felt sub-zero. I could hear the sound of water dripping onto the metal floor directly behind my back. Drip, drip, drip. Then, a small, warm hand touched the back of my palm, and the voice that emerged from over my shoulder shattered my soul.
"Daddy, Sarah is cold. Why won't you look at me?"